don't accept.
We're back. Whoa, I had a cough earlier in the week, and I don't know if I couldn't do that.
It's been too long since you've done it. So.
It's Behind the Counter. We're back. It's Monday, and that means $5 burritos. No. Hey, that's a big day. I'll be in line at Moe's at 7:30 tonight getting dinner.
Wow.
But that means return of the Behind the Counter podcast. Couple weeks off. Dave, Steve, myself. Dave, I think he must have got lost on his way in, so we'll see. But the three of us are here, ready to go for the Behind the Counter podcast. Like I said, a couple weeks off. Steve, how's it going?
It's going pretty well.
I mean, the show's been off, but we've been doing. The three of us have been on Danny NASCAR, so we're that's
well,
been
the
going.
two of you last night. Mike was tired.
Mike couldn't get his car jump started in the last night. So, but
It's been super hot. Been outside a lot. Worked in the morning at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I was in bed. But tonight I will be there.
But, so it's good to be back. I was gone from the store all last week on vacation. So getting ready to go, getting back into the groove of things. We got some Danny NASCAR tonight. Hopefully, as we've said before, it's always hard, and I know we've addressed this before on the show. We have 20 shows on this network, I think, across all of them. Streaming is it's fun, but it can be to the point where you need a little bit of a break. And I think a lot of the shows this month, we've been very okay with a lot of shows taking some time off. People have stuff to do in the summer, rather it's vacations, weddings, camping trips, going to the lake, family outings. So it's like I think everyone, pretty much everyone on the network has had a couple weeks off here and there. Rather it was recently, a month ago, 2 weeks ago. So, August is here. It's ready to get back into the grind of things. We got this nice studio to start using. We got a lot of games coming out. We'll talk about it a little bit, but one of the great things about the fall are new TV shows, new movies, and new games. And that is what the fall. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about fall. Besides pulling out my fall Yankee candles, but all the new stuff coming out is good too. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But coming back today, I walked in and Cam, who works at the counter in the mornings, is out there, and Steve stopped in the morning, and there's a battle between Roku and YouTube TV, right? And we have YouTube TV here in the store. There's a lot of benefits to it. We can use 5 devices. We can use it here, home, whatever. But apparently it disappeared on this. We have a Roku TV out in the store, and so one of the TVs we weren't able, and it's the main TV, the big TV on the sales floor. Yeah. So it's like what everyone kind of sees when they come in. And for I don't know, has it been the last 2 weeks?
No, Dan was on vacation, and they left us with nothing to watch.
No, it was going on all last week too. It happened all last week too.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've had YouTube TV on there, maybe 2-3 weeks. And so Cam and I were talking about it, and Steve is out of the blue goes, "Oh, you just gotta go to the YouTube app, and it's right there." and I questioned him, like, "Steve, I don't know about that." I go, "I'm putting you on the spot here, Steve. I got out of the movie Cam wanted." That I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and I go, I'm gonna test you here, Steve. You better be correct. And what do you know? It was right there on the bottom left. So Steve holding out some very important information on us.
Well, Dave put in Disney Plus on the big TV out there, and I came in to open one morning and was clicking through, went to Disney Plus. Oh, it was logged out. It's like, damn it. Okay, I'll go to YouTube. Look up something, put on old NASCAR races from like the 80s and 90s, and there it was.
But if I had to guess, I think Roku really did get rid of the app, and they have a different contract for YouTube, which expires in December. So I think regardless of the YouTube TV app working or not, I think that backdoor link is always there. Like, if you're watching YouTube and just go right to YouTube TV, it would make sense that the link would be there. Yeah. So I think it's kind of like one of those backdoor, like, it was there already. But I think technically they kind of did get rid of the app, but they have the YouTube app until December. So, I mean, I got to imagine by then they'll get something figured out.
worked out.
Yeah, because they don't want to use YouTube, and then that'd be ridiculous.
That'd be pretty crazy.
But,
They have to only negotiate for YouTube, and then YouTube could just push YouTube TV through its service.
Pretty much.
The YouTube TV will
all
become a
about
physical
money.
product.
It's all about money and rights and all that. But long story short, after I went through all that and I put YouTube TV on, like 20 minutes later, Cam turned it off and put the movie back on. So I was like, I guess some people maybe like not having the YouTube.
So
TV.
we didn't suffer too bad. Dave put the Disney Plus on. I watched some old Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I had to cut Dr. Wiley and Cam of them watching Last Jedi.
I didn't want to watch Last Jedi either.
I don't know who was watching. I came in and I gave it a couple of minutes to try to gauge the situation to see who was watching it. Then I was like, is anyone watching this? And everyone was saying no. So I was just like, well, I'm changing it. We don't play that here.
I went entirely through episode 1, 2, 3. I skipped 4 because someone already played it. I went through 5 and the Clone Wars movie, which isn't as bad as I remember it
I
being.
actually liked that one when I watched it again.
Clone Wars?
It had some nice scenes.
It's not even a real Star Wars movie.
What do you mean?
Is it part of the...
Yeah, that's number 2.
Is it?
Well, it's
Yeah.
2.5.
Oh, are you talking? Oh, the animated one? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, not even a real Star Wars
That is
movie.
good content.
Mm-hmm, it's
Good
really
content.
I don't think so.
good. I mean, they pretty much
Do
revived
you know
it for
how
Disney
Dan
Plus.
feels about cartoons? So there's no convincing him there.
It's not
Anything
real.
with the animated style is unacceptable.
It's not a real show. It's not a real movie, Steve.
It is. It's part of the
All I know
Skywalker
is
saga.
Steve been playing a lot of politics with the TVs. Okay, rather it's his coming in here and saying that he disliked or was it that he liked the Batman versus Superman. Was it disliked or liked?
I disliked it.
He disliked it.
Never the
saying
same
it right in
since
front of
that
Mike.
day.
What I've learned is that the doctor he does not care who he pisses off or who he humiliates when it comes to his TV preferences. So to speak, the fact that he had the Last Jedi playing.
I never had The Last Jedi playing.
You
though.
were pretty, from what I could tell, you were watching it pretty good.
I couldn't tell. I think Cam was working. I think
Yeah.
Steve just stopped in. So.
And he was held by the curiosity of watching The Last Jedi.
I've seen it once. My wife took me to see it when it first came out, and we sat through it. It was an okay movie. It just wasn't a good Star Wars movie.
So if you're a big Star Wars fan, then it didn't really hit the spots you were looking for. But
No.
critically, it is a high-rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes. So people that are just coming in and seeing it might have enjoyed it. But personally, I hate it. Luke would never ignite his lightsaber at his young nephew ever.
No. Especially since it seems like they're trying to decanonize it from.
Yeah. That's one of the scenes that I'll never forgive him for, when they have Luke standing over Kylo's bed with the lightsaber and he wakes up and sees him with it and makes him look super evil. Any comments on that?
No.
So do you agree Last Jedi is bad then?
I don't really care. I don't really like
Wow.
Star Wars movies to begin with.
I suppose that's
I
reasonable.
mean,
enough.
I've watched them, but I don't really. It didn't really do anything for me. I don't really dislike, or do I really like them?
Not everyone's a fan.
I didn't like him until I based all of my decisions on wherever Jeff Gordon was when he was sponsored by the episode 3. I watched that when he
It is right there, the Yoda car on the bottom.
when he was on the ad for Cub Scouts. Immediately signed up. I still have the diecast from that to this day.
So you're saying you don't like Star Wars, Dan?
Classic paint scheme.
This
on
is
the Jeff
episode
Gordon.
2 as well, I'm pretty sure.
That's
Classic
episode 3.
paint scheme
Is that-
on the
okay,
Jeff
okay.
Gordon, number 24, episode 3.
That one's one of the best, though.
He was sponsored by episode 1 back in 1999 in the Bush series.
Classic paint scheme, but yeah, horrible movie.
3 was what?
Oh, yeah.
By the way, he won with that car.
As he should.
That is
He
a
used the
race
Force.
win version. He won with that car.
I have the not race win version, and I accidentally dropped it downstairs when I was
Come
a
on,
little kid.
Steve.
I was a
Really?
kid. I was a stupid kid, but I was a kid. I'll have to bring that in next time I come in.
Nonetheless, I see. I like the yellow paint.
Mm-hmm.
whatever. All right, but also, so obviously that was what happened this morning. But coming back, we did have a record week last week in sales. I don't know what it is.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
I doubt it because I wasn't here.
Everything was about the same except there was one thing that was different.
And what's that?
You tell me.
Huh?
I said you tell me.
That I wasn't here?
Dan was on vacation. Therefore, we had the new guys opening up, the young, hungry guys.
So what are you saying?
That Dan's not hungry anymore for the sales.
Yeah. Simply for all
You lack the hunger that was
maybe
once
the
necessary.
trade-ins were good last week. Were the trade-ins good?
We had a good amount of stuff in the
Good. When trade-ins are good, sales are good.
But a record week? Did we have a record week of trade-ins?
Yeah, we should. I'll have to go back and take a look. It did seem like it was it seemed like it was a very good week. I would have Mike is telling me based off of his calculations of looking at the sales that it was a record week. We'll have to go back and see when the last week we did those type of. But it has been one of the better weeks for quite some time. Of course, the phone rings. But I don't know. I think a lot of people getting ready for back to school, buying a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big Switch trade-in this morning. So
I could use those.
I think people are just they're out buying, getting ready for school.
Could be the time of year. It's starting to get closer
Was
to
the weather
fall.
bad this week? No, the weather was
It was
pretty good,
beautiful
wasn't it?
this week.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. But obviously the weather being nice, we are getting close to fall. And I don't know about you guys, but one of the fall things that I enjoy the most is all the new shows and movies, and of course, video games coming out. I mean, you're not at all.
I mean, I've been dying for the new Halo.
I'm talking new Halo, new movies, new shows, like all the new fall stuff coming out for on Netflix and all that. The new Halloween movie coming out. We're definitely watching that in here.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Myers, for sure.
The 2-year
that was a
layoff was
thing.
pretty absurd, but it should
It
be
just
good.
makes you more hungry for it when it comes out.
The first one was pretty good. I think we might have even had an episode on that.
What? What do you mean the first one was good?
The first of the reboot. The one that
One
we
of the
watched
best ones.
recently. Was it, though?
It was. They actually did something useful and cut out all the bullshit.
If you compare
that
it
came out.
to some of the other ones, yeah, but...
They basically got rid of Halloween 1, 2. They basically the new revival one that came out 2 years ago is a sequel to the first Halloween.
I think the first one.
They basically took the second, third, fourth. I don't even think the third.
They pretty
or
much
fourth
cut
was
off
involved.
everything.
They pretty much took
yeah.
everything out and got rid of it, and it's just basically a direct sequel of Halloween 1, which is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All the other one was garbage.
I'm not sure if they were all garbage, but there was I think
Halloween
at least
4
half
I
of
like.
them.
I do like Halloween 4.
It's a
Halloween
sliding
3,
scale.
I don't even think has
Yeah.
Mike Myers in it. I'm not even quite sure what happened there. Halloween 5, it's about the kid. Bizarre.
What
But-
about the Rob Zombie ones? Those ones were a little
good,
intense.
maybe good slasher films back in the day, but in retrospect, looking back, disaster.
The action was very grotesque in that one.
Some of them were absurd. The new one, the new revival was the body count high?
I don't think
I'm
they
not-
had that one scene where they didn't cut once, and that one was pretty good.
The bathroom scene was absurd.
What did they do in the
You
bathroom?
remember? So you've seen the revival, right?
No, I'm
Is
not
that
much of a
the-
horror guy.
the
So the
latest one?
No. So in the revival, you had the two doctors that go and visit.
Okay.
And they're like, take the mask, and they're like egging him on. And they're like showing him the mask, and this and this. And it's like two reporters, and they're two doctors or whatever. And they're like, oh, hey, look at this. And teasing the guy. And the dog bark. Remember the dog barking on the roof? And it was just like, it's on top of the hospital.
I'm not sure if I've seen this one.
What do you mean the revival? 2 years ago.
Oh, that's what I just asked, and you said no. Okay,
no,
yes,
it's
I
a
remember
revival.
this whole scene then,
Oh, yeah.
yep, where
So-
they have that weird, insane asylum with
yeah,
all the
right. So
squares.
then the next day, it was his last day there before they were transporting him to like some I think maximum or maybe the
Even
death
lesser
sentence or
security.
something. And so this is like their last attempt to see him, and of course he had to speak to him 30 years or whatever. So the next day he gets out, they transport him on a van, and the van breaks out, or of course flips over, and like half the mental people get out, and one of them is Michael Myers. And then, like, the irony, the coincidence that they meet up in the same auto gas station, the two reporters and Mike Myers, and he kills the bathroom attendant, or he kills the garage attendant.
That one was pretty gruesome.
And then he walks into the bathroom and he smashes that one guy's head right off the urinal, and then, like, kills a woman in the thing. It was absurd. The whole scene was absurd.
Once you walked me through like that, I remember when he walked up to the bathroom. I think someone was in it or he was in it, and they just dropped the handful of teeth. Yeah, that was bad.
Did he drop the full teeth, or did he punch him and the teeth all came out?
Yeah, that's how he scared the person. They're like, "Hello," and they just see the feet at the door, and then he just drops like a bunch of teeth right by his feet.
But
there were some high
show.
points.
And
there.
by far, my favorite point of that, my favorite moment in that scene is the daughter, not the youngest, the middle, the one who thinks the grandma is crazy. Who's a female character? What's her name?
Yep.
Mike Myers.
It was a mom, a daughter, and a grandma.
Right, but who's the grandma's name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, yeah, but what's her name in the movie?
Oh, this is bad. No, we don't know that. I'm pretty sure it's like a classic name. But...
Either way, the daughter to Jamie Lee Curtis's character is right at the end of the movie where he opens the door and she goes, "Gotcha!" And she snipes him right with a rifle.
They trained it to pretend like they were traumatized or whatever.
Great scene. That was a shocker. I was like, "Oh shit!" When I watched that, when I saw that part, and of course, like trap with the gun and the fire, and of course. Like the fire is gonna kill him, and we're right back to a sequel coming out. But it was supposed to come out They got 2 more sequels. It's like a trilogy. It's a 3-part movie. It's a 3-part series. So the first one came out last year. They didn't have it, so now this one's coming out.
Are they counting the first one as part of that trilogy?
No.
No, God.
So they've already filmed, I think, 2 of them. So that movie, I'm definitely looking forward to coming out. I think it's like the week or 2 before Halloween. So definitely, with the way everything's going now, we'll be right on the streaming services. So we'll be able to watch that bitch right in here, and we will too. We'll get some fucking popcorn. We'll turn the lights off, and we're gonna sit in the seating area, and we're gonna watch a Halloween movie with no interruptions.
I suppose I'd be down for that.
What do you mean? I may even do a watch party. I may stream a watch party for that.
When you hire someone to dress up as Michael Myers and...
Steve, you might have to catch up on the first one.
Yeah.
I think I have it on Blu-ray. Or you're not a Halloween fan.
I'm not much of a horror guy in general, which is odd because I fucking love Resident Evil 4. That's that's the borderline.
You're more
there.
so in the position of power in that game.
Yeah.
You don't like horror movies?
Nah.
What's your reasoning for that? Explain.
Just not much of a fan.
For a guy who walks in here talking about Batman and Superman and throwing out things like that, I like to know what your preference is for not watching horror movies.
He probably just doesn't like to be scared when he's trying to.
I get it. I hate anime and cartoons. Comedies.
You don't like any comedies?
Not really.
I just never liked horror movies when I was a kid growing up.
It took me a while to get into them. I would always be like the.
Well, anyone's like that. Well, see, there's horror movies, and then there's what they call the movies that are purposely just trying to like scare you in general.
Yeah.
Not with like a skip, but like the boom, and it's just like, and it's just like that. How much of that's the same person calling? Unavailable. Telemarketer. But I guess I'm just shocked you don't like horror movies.
Just never grew up liking them.
Well, nonetheless, we're gonna have some popcorn. You're gonna be here to watch the Halloween movie, so
You're gonna learn to like them.
no.
I'll just I'll huddle in the corner with my Switch,
Steve is
eating
like,
popcorn.
You're gonna get the buttery popcorn all over your Switch.
I'll wear
Do
gloves.
you at least know the Halloween jingle?
Yes.
Can you do it?
Putting his musical pipes on display.
Give me 1 sec. I'll get back to you. I just have to remember it. I've got Twilight Zone going through my head right now.
Classic.
I don't even think Dan could do it.
Oh, I can do it. I'm hoping Steve can, so I can do it.
Should I
5
give him Morse
seconds.
code?
I can't remember it off the top of my head. Yes.
I'm not sure if it's so nasally, but
What do you mean? I have a great time my ringtone for the month of October. Get rid of the classic Star Trek. You know that's been my ringtone.
I think you did put the Halloween one for a little bit, but it was creepy, wasn't it?
Park one.
I thought you had the Halloween one, but you got looks when you played it.
Did I?
The ones when it rang in a store, so you changed it back to Star Trek.
That wouldn't bother me. I think I wanted to.
There was definitely one that you got
Do
some weird
you
looks.
change your ringtones often?
No.
You
I
guys
have the
generic ones?
iPhone one, yeah.
Come on, but where's the originality here?
I change my alarms often because I get annoyed waking up to just a fucking loud alarm.
I mean, where is the originality? You guys are just using the same old. Hang on, I'm pulling up. You guys using the same old.
Marimba.
How do you even find them on here?
I've been using the classic. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Oh man, I lost Twitch.
I don't even know how to pull up mine up. Oh, sounds. You ready?
This is an all-time classic one.
And of course, when Jeremy sends me a text message.
And he hates it. That's why it's so much about
He
it.
hates it. That goes off every time he sends me a text message. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Bum bum bum. Oh, classic. I
might have to customize mine at some point.
I've been thinking about it for a long time. It's a lot of work, but I've been thinking about customizing everybody's text tone on my phone. So when I hear a text, I know who it is. But I gotta find a song or jingle that originates to that person.
Something that rings true.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog is classic for Jeremy.
You have to do some deep research and thought on that.
I don't know. My name's Tom, and that should be. Can you record yourself?
That's half the problem too. You can't record your
You can't
ringtones anymore. I
record
don't think so.
Would that not be a classic? Anytime Tom sends me a text, my name's Tom. You got it. It is very important to throw in the.
It's all fun and games until he texts you like 20 times in a row, and then it
my name. But Steve did it one time, didn't he? Remember Tom behind the scenes on Dating NASCAR said something. My name's Steve, and then you say it right back.
He retaliated immediately.
My name's Tom. Like and I were like.
That's somewhere on the YouTubes and Instagram.
It is a video. Check it out on
It's a clip.
Instagram. All right, moving on. But yeah, I mean, where we got off topic, I am looking forward to some of the fall. I got to find a new show on Netflix to binge watch. I was watching Yellowstone. It's time for me to drop into a good old classic Netflix binge watch. And I don't know what it is. You have anything good? You're a Netflix guy.
I haven't been watching anything
please.
recently.
You're on Netflix every other hour.
What do I watch? Is that mostly just Star Wars stuff recently?
I've been hearing a lot more. I've been hearing a lot about the show Outer Banks. Is that some kind of teen show?
I'll have to confer with Tommy to see what his opinion is on that.
I'm just looking for something good to binge watch. Are you watching anything?
Not on Netflix or anything. Mostly on YouTube.
American Horror Stories.
That's
I have been watching
That's
that.
coming out like a week, isn't it?
There's one out already. That's
Which one?
5 episodes deep.
Which one?
They have a spin-off one where it's 1 episode stories.
The American Horror Stories.
Yeah.
Are they good?
It's been out for like 5 weeks on Hulu.
But are they good?
I like them. They're a little... they're very strong with 2021. Like all the social stuff, but... I mean... I'm okay. I obviously love it if they include that stuff, but it's just that I want to see a good story around it, which it seems most of them have.
But every episode's a different thing.
Like the first one had like underage kids doing like sexual stuff, so that one kind of was like weird. So
Did it lead to like murder?
it was like a girl, yeah. And it was like a girl in high school was having sexual fantasies, and they were showing it. But other than that, small hiccup.
It's a little more than a hiccup.
Yeah. They said they made it clear they were in high school, and then they were doing that. So I don't know. They had one girl, they were kissing, and then one of them was choking the other one. It's like, yikes. Yikes.
It's a Netflix cutie situation all over again.
Oh, what?
Have you heard the controversy about cuties on Netflix?
Yeah.
It's like a French show or whatever, where it's
Children's pageants.
yeah, but they're like, go away. That's not legal.
Yep, yeah.
And that got like almost 100 on Rotten Tomatoes for some
But
reason.
like American Horror Story can get away with that stuff.
I'd say because the actors are probably obviously of age, but in the story there.
But American Horror Story is known for crossing the border on a lot of things. Am I wrong? They hit a lot of topics, whether it's all of them. But yeah, I did read about that show. I didn't realize it came out already. Yeah, like, where's the promo for that? Were they gonna do promotions?
There was.
I didn't see any anywhere.
There was.
It's only on Hulu.
So you want a small spoiler?
No.
Well, this is as soon as you see the name of the episode, you'll see it.
What?
The first 2 episodes go back to the murder house.
Are there the characters in it?
It centers around one of the families that died before that.
Let me check. Let me see if I can. Let me see.
One of the ones that was present in the house when you were watching season 1. Not a very heavy presence. It's like a very side story one, but
American Horror Stories. Wow, they don't even have it on YouTube. Is it straight to Hulu only?
yep.
It's not. Oh,
Well,
it's
it's
not
on
even
cable.
Why isn't it on here?
Why would it be on YouTube?
Well, YouTube TV records everything.
Did you set it
is
to
live
record?
TV, but it's not even coming up here on a thing. American Horror Story, American Horror Story. Oh well, what a shame.
You said you have Hulu anyway, right? You'll have to give it a look-see.
It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Alright, moving on. Gamescom 2021. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I haven't heard anything from it though.
So apparently it's a cheaper edition of E3, but Microsoft is doing a whole new release there. They're doing a big exhibit, announcing all the games coming out for this fall. I mean, I guess the only games they could be announcing are exclusive Xbox ones. Like,
Oh, the Xbox Con, I'm sure they're going to have a lot to do with Halo on it, because that's supposed to come in.
they're supposed to have a big exhibit for this Gamescom 20. They're supposed to be doing a big release.
They own Bethesda now, so they could
August
have...
24th. We're supposed to be announcing a lot of new updates on the Xbox and also game releases and game information. Anything going or posting about NASCAR 21?
Motorsport Games did do 2 pictures of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
What is that doing? It's not really. They're just teasing.
Yeah.
That's all they have to do right now.
Are they? I don't understand what the game is with all these video game distributors. Okay, we're gonna announce the game the day it comes out a month ahead of time. Like, I remember back in February when I was a little Danny boy, okay, years ago, waiting for my release title to come out. Okay?
Little Danny boy.
Okay, I remember looking in February and the game came out at this day in October. And now it's what? It's middle of August and we don't even know when the game's coming out and it's supposed to be the third quarter? Well,
Yep.
I'm sorry, the third quarter ends in a month and a half, so I'm not quite sure what the hell is going on over there at Motorsports or whatever they're called. But they better get their act together.
It's a lot shorter of a time frame. NASCAR Heat 5 was announced in May and came out in July.
That's ridiculous. Like, what is this? What kind of cob job are these places running these days?
I think now they like to build the hype up and then get the game out.
It's ridiculous.
So they don't let the hype die down.
You know
If
what?
you hype
Let me
too
tell you
early, the hype
problem is,
dies down.
Do things the old-fashioned way. Not these new people that have their little degrees from the marketing schools coming in here pretending like let's make this cool. But the hype, we're going to give it a 3-week notice when the game comes out for the hype. Are you serious? People who are going to buy the game are going to buy the game. I'm going to buy the game as a NASCAR fan. Everyone who owns NASCAR Heat 5 is going to buy the game. People who don't own the game probably aren't going to buy the game. Am I wrong?
And
If
also,
you bought Madden 20, you're buying Madden 21.
if you don't set strict deadlines ahead of time, then you can't disappoint the fans either when you don't.
I'm
meet them.
tired of that bullshit too. Okay, they have a long time to get these games out. There should be no like Halo. What's gonna be Halo's excuse?
What do you mean? What's their excuse?
When they go, are they giving a date yet?
The beta's out already.
Are they giving a release date?
No.
Of course not. What a joke! What an absolute joke! The whole thing's a joke.
It's a soft November right now.
I don't care. The game, if I right now should know when Halo's coming out. As a consumer that wants to play Halo and buy Halo, I should know when the game's coming out.
It's
when
promised
it's
before
middle of
22.
August 2021.
Promised
Absolutely ridiculous.
before
I
2022.
don't care. What is that a promise?
What do you mean? The game before next year.
So it'll come out right December 31st.
Do you really think in the middle of August they anticipate a delay on?
They are absolutely bringing it out before Christmas this year. It was supposed to be out before Christmas last year.
Right. So what's going to happen when they don't?
There'll be people, the hype train, like you said, is going to be.
You'll be the first one buying it when it comes out.
The people that were hyped for it are now be not as hyped.
I am so sick and tired of the game release. First of all, I'm so tired of developers. I've been screwed with Need for Speed. I've been screwed with NASCAR. I've been overly screwed over and 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 over again with WWE. All I ever fucking wanted was a general manager mode, and 2K Sports and WWE couldn't get their head out of their asses and get that. They don't even have a game now. Newsflash, if I was creating that game like I should have 3 years ago, it'd still be going right now. But nope, we didn't listen to Dan, okay? And now they have no game.
Should have listened to Dan.
Should have listened to Dan. When all else fails, just listen to Dan. Need for Speed, you're the next one on the chopping block, okay? I'm telling you right now, stick to the racers and the cops. Make a good racer storyline, make a good cop storyline, integrate them a little bit, and you have a great game. Why are we trying to change it? By the way, throw in some customizations and maybe a few SUVs. I wouldn't be opposed to that. But other than that,
The main thing with that is just the customizations. Until you could do every little part like the old ones, people won't be happy.
NASCAR, customizations.
That's a big thing for the next game, though.
You know, Steve, they say they will and they won't. They never give the people what they want. That's actually WWE's motto. We don't give the people what they want. People want GM mode? No, we'd rather have the game fail. We'd rather make WWE Battlegrounds some cartoon game with big heads, and they go on the race and they wrestle in a cartoon ring. Yeah, that game's going to sell.
Here,
Instead of
take
just
it.
listening to Dan and giving the people what they want. GM mode.
The Battlegrounds actually did very well. Lots of people played it.
I don't mean to go off on a spy on a rant.
Let's see
It
what
was
you
that,
say.
free.
that topic gets me over.
What did you say? You got a 3?
It was free on
okay.
PlayStation Plus a couple months ago.
What game?
Battlegrounds.
Shocker. What a joke. All that's a joke. These people, we're afraid it's going to hurt our image by giving a release date. Man up. Okay, put a release date down and stick to it. It's not that hard.
One could say George R.R. Martin might have started that with
And
the Game
I'm
of
sorry.
Thrones book.
Okay, I'm sorry. If there's one little benefit maybe to the whole crisis thing going on with the pandemic, is that you can go home and play a video game. Am I wrong? Am I wrong with that?
No?
People should want to play Halo right now. They should want to get their game out.
But
Especially in the winter, if people are staying home and not going out and doing things, they can sit down in the comforts of their own house or their own place they live on their bed or couch or floor or blanket and play the good Halo campaign. And then go get sweaty by playing multiplayer.
it's coming, Dan. You have
It's
to be
ridiculous.
patient.
I'm actually slightly intrigued to play the Halo game. I'll be let down. It'll be a disaster. I won't have any interest. It'll be one of those games where you have to kill the guy 6 times to get a kill multiplayer.
Word on the street is it's dripping wet.
You know, Mike, they said that about Guardians and what happened there.
Did they, though?
Did they?
I don't think they did.
Did they?
I don't think they did.
They did.
I don't think
You
they
damn
did.
well know it.
They did not.
It was supposed to be their big Halo 5 Guardians for Xbox
5
One,
came out
and it
quickly,
was a flop.
and it was bad.
It was a flop.
The people are enjoying the
They're not
Infinite
enjoying
Beta.
it. They didn't enjoy it.
They didn't enjoy. You don't even didn't
I'm
even
talking
know.
about Guardians.
Oh, let's say that no one enjoyed.
Did you play the beta?
I did not play the beta. I watched lots and lots of clips and gameplay though.
Mm-hmm. So how many times you have to kill a guy to kill the guy?
It's the classic Halo where you have a shield and then once you pop the shield, that's it.
Is there jetpacks?
No.
There's no flying. There's no boost. There's no hit the thing. You go a little bit higher.
There is a little thing where it's attached to your wrist and it's a zip cord. kind of like that robot from Apex. That is a big part of this new one. But it looks like it's a lot of fun.
Can't we just make classic Halo?
You have to see it before you judge it.
What is wrong with classic
When they make
Halo?
classic Halo, they're trying to still grow. So they have to.
They don't need to. They need to release a game that people want to play.
Well, if they want to do that, then we have the Master Chief Collection that still
Halo
has a pretty
4 was
good.
a flop. Halo 5 was a flop. Halo ODST. Halo Wars 1 and 2. All these stupid little Halos that they're trying to make. Just make a Halo.
Well,
Make a Halo.
I think this one's pretty much just called Halo, or it was at first.
It should
now
be.
it's
They
Halo.
don't need the number anymore. Just call it Halo. That's all you need to say, Steve.
Just make a Halo.
That's all we needed. It's been long enough. We can convert back down to the good old Halo.
It was supposed to be 2 trilogies, so this could very well be the last Halo. I don't think it will be, but
I should have waited to the 8th one to call it Infinite and just use an infinity sign.
I wouldn't have minded
Doesn't
that.
need it. Just Halo. That's all it needs to be. Speaking of annoyance, Apex is all of a sudden back out and becoming a big game again. Did they do some kind of launch revival?
I don't know too much about it. I do
More and
know a
more
lot of
people are
people have been playing. I think they released a mode that was 3v3, and that was supposed to be fun for a while, but
But going 3v3 is getting that many people hopping on and playing.
it's just that there's not, when it comes to the Battle Royale, I think they're losing steam. The Call of Duty one
Really?
isn't popular anymore.
I think all of the battle royals are just about finished.
Fortnite's dead.
Not really.
They're just
Had
holding it.
Ariana Grande on this last weekend.
Yikes.
I
I do always like their concerts. Those were pretty creative and cool.
I don't think Fortnite's going anywhere. I think Warzone's not going anywhere. Apex, done. PUBG, do people even talk about PUBG anymore? Is the PUBG in Saratoga still open? I'd love to drive down and take a look.
I think it is still open.
Is it? I don't know what the hell they're doing down
Could
there.
be time for PUBG 2 here pretty soon.
Really? That
Would-
game is washed up. Big time.
They were first, so they might have been working on something good for some time now.
I played exactly one game of Apex Legends Friday night with Dave and Vladdy, and got my only win, retiring from that. Pulled a classic Bill Murray from Space Jam.
So
Not
even
bad.
you guys are playing Apex.
I played one game. I'm
You
never
won?
gonna. Yeah,
I would never play again.
yeah, I'm not gonna.
I wouldn't. I would end it. Retire.
Yeah.
Did we ever win a game of Apex?
Oh, yeah. Me and Tom won our first one on the Dream Team, so. Pretty sure.
Shocker.
Are you hating?
No, I don't know.
Better not.
Speaking of hating, I came back, and it's always fun coming back from vacation and seeing what's different around the store. There's some banner that looks like dog shit in the lobby. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I don't know if we pulled it out of the wrinkle machine or something, but it looks like absolute dog shit in our lobby. There's like an Insane Game TV banner that's hanging up there. It's just the logo.
Dan's brother Tommy comes in out of the kindness of his heart with a poster that he printed out on his own.
He printed out on his own?
I'm pretty sure he came up with the design, and yeah, he went and
Well,
picked it
yeah.
up and brought it. Or
Well,
no,
yeah,
they
he-
sent
he
it
had it
probably.
made and
He
got
probably
sent.
got it ordered. But all the same, and he brings it in, and then Dan tells him it looks like dog shit. And he hung it up for him.
Does it not look like dog shit?
I think it looks okay.
Yeah, I do too.
Now tell him what happened there.
What do you mean?
What did we get out of it?
It does have wrinkles on it, so we get a free poster.
In the meantime, it looks like dog shit. Now, I don't know what he's complaining about the way the lobby looks. That lobby is fantastic. Okay, first off, the Seinfeld figures that are in the lobby that he's complaining about is the Seinfeld moment that when you put together creates the whole Jerry Seinfeld apartment with all the little Funko figures. What is not cool about that?
I usually, whenever someone is curious about that, I usually grab it, bring it up, like, yeah, it's all of these make this, and it's pretty
you
cool.
Pick it up and bring it out?
Yeah, and I bring it back. But
You better make sure to lose any little minifigures, Steve.
I leave the minifigures back here.
I don't see Uncle Leo in there.
I'm pretty sure Johnny stole one.
I'm sure Johnny did see him. No, I'm just joking. But I don't see what's wrong with the lobby. I like the little Seinfeld apartment in there.
It just needs a little bit more. Kind of like where the back of the Victoria's Secret shelves just needs that little bit more.
I
don't know.
Appalled.
No, Steve, keep going. What more does it need?
Something.
Like,
Where
what's
those
that
empty
mean,
shelves
something?
are. Anything.
Well, there's supposed to be nice glass doors there without these stupid little shelves. But everyone has vetoed me putting glass doors for some apparent
I
reason.
like it.
What?
The glass door.
You don't like 'em?
I like it.
Oh.
Who vetoed it?
Tom, Johnny.
I don't think Tom really vetoed it. He just said it wasn't a necessity early on.
The glass door is a necessity. With a little
I think
code
it's
that you
about
have to-
time.
I want a little finger. I want a little face palm print that you go. And it unlocks the doors and you come in. Would that not be cool coming in and out every day?
What if someone loses their hand?
Yeah, I can't explain
Well,
that.
that's why we have two hands.
Would you not want to do that? Oh, excuse me. Let me go in the back and grab that for you. You walk up to it. Bing.
With COVID now, that could present an issue.
Fair.
Gotta do an eyeball scanner.
Either way, there's supposed to be glass. So what else is missing, Steve?
Well, if the glass doors are up, then it wouldn't be much else.
Everything else is to your approval?
There needs to be some stuff around that TV too. It's kind of just there.
This is the first time hearing your thoughts on
I've said that to you many times.
What? That there needs to be... First of all, the TV's too small.
I think that could
Yeah.
fix that.
Good.
but-
I'm going out and I'm buying a 70-inch TV. And that 55 inch is coming off the wall. And there's going to be a 75-inch TV there. And then when we have movies, I'll make sure everyone plops their little ass in that lobby and we watch the movies right out of there.
You could probably get like a little bookshelf underneath, a little fireplace.
You want a fireplace for the front of the store.
We could have two.
We're not going to have 5 fireplaces in the studio.
It's pretty cold back here right now.
Yeah, because we have the gate closed.
I wouldn't mind a little fire to warm up on.
You take the cold for granted until you walk out and you're sweating your ass off walking
That's
out to your
true.
car.
It's true.
The bookshelf idea is not bad. You could put like
And
broken.
what books are we going to put there?
true.
You don't put books on there. You take broken video game consoles that don't work anymore and display them there. Make it look nice and
Kind of like
gamey.
what's out there. It would look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had so many interior decorators sitting at this table.
I don't even think you are one.
Oh, I am.
I've heard from plenty of people.
This whole store is decorated from me.
More so the brain of Tom.
I don't know about that. No. It's the brain of Dan, and then the work gets done by Tom. Tom knows his role. He better fix the goddamn wrinkled dog shit banner in the lobby that looks like absolute dog shit looks better than that. And I'm not kidding.
He's gonna get you back for this.
Okay, that's for my rant about that. That's for him leaving all this shit. Okay, whenever Tom comes through here and he does his little Tom projects, he leaves a trail of messes behind. Okay, rather it's not sweeping the floor after he just dug something, or hammer here, screwdriver there, ladder here, this and he came through last week when I was gone. It took maybe the 6 items that belonged to Dan out here and threw them all on my desk in my office, and I will not forget that. I had everything neatly organized. But the Danny NASCAR diecast that gets sent out is on the desk out there. Not my desk. It's on the desk out in the lobby, out in the studio area. He took it all, wrapped it all up, and put it and threw it on my desk. I will not forget that. And to come out here and see that banner looks like dog shit. He is gonna get called out for that.
Andy took store funds, buy us new tools and pizza.
How much was the tool?
The tool was $25.
$25.
Mm-hmm.
And what else did you spend?
And he spent $25 on pizza.
I wasn't here for this.
We
So
did.
Let me get this straight. We spent $50, and that's what's left in the studio? Is that banner?
Now you won't have to bring those tools back and forth.
What tools? There's no tools that were
The
going
bolt
back
cutters.
and forth. What bolt cutters?
The bolt cutters.
So now we're missing one. We're missing 2 bolt cutters.
You brought them to the fields.
I did not bring them to the field.
Well, they're missing.
How do bolt cutters just go missing?
They're the biggest tool we have, basically.
So
So
how they go missing? It's not like they're hidden in a drawer.
it's a good question. I think you took
Absolutely
them, or
ridiculous.
perhaps good old Johnny did. He may have had an out-of-store project he had to. But
Did you check little Johnny's office in the back? That's supposed to be Steve's office. That's still sitting there in a disaster.
that place
Yeah,
is a
Johnny.
mess.
I'm kidding.
You can say it's a mess. It's a disaster. It's like a tornado went through there.
But
Okay, any of you guys have anything to go over?
We know how much you like your Coca-Colas and stuff, your Diet Coca-Colas.
Steve, careful. It's Diet Coke.
We all know how much Dan likes his Diet Coca-Colas. Y'all remember, we might all still be too young for this, but when Coca-Cola decided to come out with New Coke back in like the 80s and 90s.
I think so.
They're trying it again with New Coca-Cola Zero.
Yikes.
Got an email from Coca-Cola. 'Cause I, of course, follow Coca-Cola and their
Are
shenanigans.
you a big Coca-Cola drinker?
Oh, yeah. I tried their Coca-Cola coffee, and
Yeah.
They
Good.
have coffee, Coca-Cola coffee.
it's like, okay, you fill up a Keurig with Coca-Cola and you run it through a medium roast coffee. That's exactly how it
Oh,
tastes.
God.
Steve.
I
He didn't say he liked it. He said he tried it.
tried it. I spent $3 on it, so I begrudgingly drank it with whatever else I had.
Creamers and all that.
Oh, no, like whatever food.
So they're changing the recipe. I take it people are probably having an outcry over it.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's like changing Diet Coke. I would go on the biggest rampage if they changed the Diet Coke recipe. They did that with Diet Pepsi, and I've never liked Diet Pepsi. I used to prefer Diet Pepsi over Diet Coke a long time ago. Then they changed the recipe of Diet Pepsi. Never liked it since. I mean, I'll have it. It's never been the same.
No.
Never was the same. Diet Coke, you better not do that.
we'll see
What do
how.
you mean? That's like you're changing the Mountain Dew recipe.
What do you mean? I was agreeing with you.
What?
I was agreeing. I hate when they do that with the old stuff.
I don't know why they do it. What's the point of doing it? Keep it the way it is.
Or just make a separate drink entirely. Don't tell me that the old Pepsi with the old Pepsi can is now this new drink.
Well, that's probably what they're going to do, is what they did back then to kind of go back. They re-released the old Coca-Cola as old Coke, and that sold really well, so they just kind of phased out New Coke and
No.
left old Coke. It's probably what's going to happen again.
Smells like a disaster. Oh well. I mean, let's get rid of something that's working. Let's get rid of the Coke Zero that's actually selling. But whatever. What do I know? All right, you guys got anything else?
While we're on that subject, Butterfinger is never the same since they changed the people.
I love my Butterfingers.
They
they
taste
changed the
okay,
recipe?
but it'll never be the same as when I used to have them as a kid. They changed them to make them a little healthier, a little more real peanuts in it.
I am quite satisfied when I have a Butterfinger.
Mm-hmm.
Get your fingers off my Butterfinger.
I'm just used to it now.
If you want peanuts like that bad, why not have a Payday bar?
Exactly.
That's those are.
Exactly.
There's not that much peanuts in a Butterfinger to begin
They
with.
changed the recipe. They might have changed it back by now because the last one I had
And by
was
the
pretty
way, Steve,
good.
who eats a Payday?
I do. They're delicious.
They're not a bad mix-up once in a while.
They're literally just caramel and peanuts.
I
Is
happen
that
to like
bad?
caramel and peanuts. They make a really good
You drive
combination.
the Peanuts car.
The Planters peanuts car.
What if
not
they?
the Payday car?
What if they made Payday and Planters came together for a Planters Payday bar?
Throw some chocolate in, I probably have some. Just caramel and peanuts? No.
They do have chocolate Payday bars.
I suppose I suppose that's possible. It's reasonable. Maybe I'll try one.
They're pretty okay.
Not the normal Paydays. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Alright, guys, this is welcome back Behind the Counter episode. Hope everyone has a great week. We have Danny NASCAR up next at 9 o'clock tonight with Steve and Mike. I don't know if Mike gets his engine
I
fired.
thought you said 8 o'clock tonight.
Well, we may. But I'm saying 9.
Wow,
We may
wow,
start
wow,
early.
wow, wow,
We'll
wow.
see how it goes. But maybe do some truck racing tonight in Danny NASCAR.
Trucks and dirt. Gotta get our hands dirty.
And of course, you can check AC Weezy tonight live from the West Coast Monday Night Game. And of course, we're all back at it here again tomorrow. OC5, Nerd Glasses, Citadel, and moving forward. Hope everyone has a great week. We'll be back here next Monday, Behind the Counter podcast. Until then, adios.